Hello, I'm Dr. Stephen Andrew Missick. I'm running for Texas State Legislature, HD 18. I'm from San Jacinto County. My church that I pastor, King of Saints Tabernacle, is in Liberty County. And of course, we're also covering in this House District, Hardin County and parts of East Montgomery County. And today I want to talk about how I am a supporter of Donald J. Trump. Look at where we're at as a nation right now. It's really awful. We're a nation in decline. It doesn't have to be that way. Just a few years ago, we had President Trump in office and the economy was roaring. We had peace in the Middle East. ISIS was on the run and the border was secured at the end of his first term in office. And now everything's falling apart. And it's important for us to come together and realize that we're going to have to fight back. We have to be more aggressive. And that's what we need, that's what I demand, and that's the kind of leader that I admire. Like President Donald J. Trump, who took a stand and pushed back against liberalism, against progressivism, against the liberal Democrat media. And we need more fighters, and I want to be a fighter in Austin. And I'm also, one of my campaign goals, when I become the state legislature, I'm going to close Colony Ridge down. Ernest Bales created Colony Ridge with some legislation he introduced. We're going to repeal that legislation, and then we're going to go in there and we're going to purge Liberty County and San Jacinto County of all cartel activity. We're going to get them out of here. We're going to make our community safer again and create opportunities and prosperity. And as I was mentioning, I'm a supporter of President Trump, and I believe that President Trump won the 2020 election. I was at January 6th. And I want to strongly recommend this book, January 6th, How the Democrats Used the Capitol Protest to Launch a War on Terror Against the Political Right. This is an excellent book by Julie Kelly talking about what went on. And I was at January 6th. I went there. My expectation, and this is also featured in Dinesh D'Souza's movie, which I strongly recommend you watch, called Police State. We went there because we wanted the senators in the Congress to contest the electors so that we could air our grievances about voter fraud in our country. That's the whole point. And I didn't think it was going to be successful, right? But we wanted to address the issue at least and have our concerns addressed. That's all we wanted. And I was actually not far away from the president, and I marched the Capitol, but I had no idea there's any violence going on. I was there from 6 o'clock in the morning until 3:30. I didn't see any violence. It wasn't a violent, that's why they don't want you to see the footage, because they have this narrative of insurrection. And it's amazing how hysterical they get when people like Tucker got fired for it. He aired the video from January 6th. It's kind of amazing, and the Gateway Pundit was talking about this. Like this first day he aired a whole bunch, and he aired less and less, and until they fired him, because they have this narrative of insurrection, and they do not want it dismantled or discredited, because they're using that to wage war against Trump and his supporters. Right now, this is crazy, but right now, Trump is facing trial because of January 6th. And he's on trial because of our correct and valid concerns about what happened in Georgia. And this is police state tactics. And I have to say, and we need to do to them what they did to us. I'm not ashamed of it, January 6th, and we need to go after. We know there are FBI agents that infiltrate. They dressed up as agents and assets, federal agents and assets, such as Roy Epps, among others, they're the ones leading the violent charge, FBI agents. We need to hold our government accountable. And I appreciate a lot of things that certain congressmen have done to speak out on this issue. Ted Cruz has been good overall. Marjorie Taylor Greene defending the January 6ers. But we need to hold our government accountable. We need to know exactly what FBI agents and other federal agents and assets were involved in violence at January 6th. We know who they are, what they did, and who authorized that. And there's indications that the Pentagon and the Capitol Police were also involved in this. And we need to have, they had a January 6th commission, we need to have a January 6th commission that investigates Christopher Wray and Pentagon officials, Capitol Police, to find out what really happened on January 6th. We just got a new Speaker of the House today, and he says he's going to release the video. All the videos should be made public, and we have to use facial recognition software and find these FBI agents and find out what went on. I watched a video today, and it was amazing. It's Senator Cotton, and he was asking one of these FBI administrators, and they were there to discuss January 6th. He goes, were there any FBI agents dressed as Trump supporters, plainclothes FBI agents who infiltrated the crowd? Well, I don't know. I don't know anything about that. It's like, we're here discussing January 6th. You're not prepared? What they should do, and we have to become this aggressive, they should find these FBI agents like Christopher Wray, vote them in contempt of Congress, send the sergeant at arms to arrest these people. And of course, we need to do a criminal investigation. This is our government. It's not, that's the thing with the deep state. They think there are overlords. Oh, we're gonna show these people who's in control. It's us, the ruling elite. But they're wrong. It's we the people, and we need to hold these people accountable to us. And I believe that they stole the election. In a free country, I'm not wrong about that. But if I was wrong, I have the right to be wrong, and I have the right to voice my incorrect opinions, because that's what freedom of speech is all about. And they're taking it away from us. They're taking it away. And they're not cracking down on us. They're not silencing us. They're not silencing us because we're wrong. They're silencing us because we're right. And what you do, you don't silence people that are wrong. You demonstrate how they're wrong. And the fact that they have to use these heavy-handed techniques to frighten, arrest, raid people's houses, carry them away in the break of dawn, that shows they're not confident, they're afraid. And they're in a lot of trouble. I want to mention, I have some material I need to talk about. I need to talk about myself, who I am. And one of the things I'm saying, I am a MAGA candidate. I am a Trump supporter. I'm a Make America Great Again guy. I am a January 6er. And that's why you need to vote for me, because I'm going to fight for you. We need fighters, and we need somebody that's gone through this to stand up for our freedoms, who's seen and suffered the attacks on our constitutional liberties. I will do that. And to me, Marjorie Taylor Greene and Ted Cruz, I appreciate them helping January 6ers out. But for me, it's personal. And I'm going to hold these people accountable for what they did to me and to other people in our country. It's an outrage. Watch Police State to see what's going on. I want to hold Ernest Bales accountable. Like I said, when I become state legislator, I'm going to close down Colony Ridge. Ernest Bales created Colony Ridge. I'm going to undo what Ernest Bales did in Austin, and then we're going to totally dismantle Colony Ridge. And I'm going to support criminal investigations. And hopefully we'll have arrests and incarcerations out of this. So Ernest Bales is one of the most notorious left-wing liberals in Austin, as is Dade Phelan. Drunk Dade. Dade Phelan, or Phelan, who does everything he can to advance the Democrat Party interests and obstruct conservative legislation. It's what he does. He's horrible. He's probably the worst Speaker of the House we ever had. And I think he's exposed, and he's in trouble. And I do not see, Dade Phelan might not even be reelected. He's in trouble. So this is a deceitful advertisement saying that delivery receipt from Ernest Bales to Texas families, conservative victories. Political ad paid for by the Dade Phelan campaign. Dade Phelan is campaigning to get a like-minded Democrat who runs on the Republican ticket back in office again. And Yeah, he's got a real record of supported abortion his first term. He supports transitioning children through counseling from male to female. I have this all documented. Ernest Bales has campaigned with Democrats against Republican candidates. He's trying to get Dan Patrick defeated, get a Democrat in there as lieutenant governor. And he was at an event to flip Texas purple. Texas is red state. Ernest Bales wants it purple so he can transition it to blue. That's his goal. That's what he does. That's why he wants to keep Democrats in control. About Dade Phelan. Dade Phelan is controlled by the Democrats. The Biden administration asked Dade Phelan to impeach our Attorney General, our heroic Ken Paxton Attorney General, who's achieved great victories for us, very effective Attorney General, probably one of the best in the nation. Ernest Bales and Dade Phelan impeached, took Ken Paxton out of the battle, hurting Texas, hurting our nation for 4 months. It's an outrage. So he's not really a conservative. But what does that say about about Bales that Dade Phelan's campaigning for him? It's not surprising. We need better. We deserve better. And we need conservative champions, conservative fighters. I'm a fighter. And, I don't really think of myself as a courageous or brave person. But I will say this, and I have my faults. We all do. I try to preach the gospel of Jesus Christ. We've all made mistakes and have regrets in our lives. Man up to it. But I love the Lord Jesus. I want to serve God. I want to do the right thing. And I care about people. I care about what's right. And I want to stand for what's right. And I also want to say that I have served in uniform in combat for this country, and I have received enemy fire repeatedly in Iraq. I'm used to it. I'm used to explosions and going off and bullets whizzing by, going into the danger zone, facing death for my country. So I'm not afraid of Dade Phelan, Ernest Bales, Trey Harris. I'm not afraid of them. I'm not afraid of the Democrats in Austin. So what happens is the Democrats in Austin, they vote as a block. And we saw the problem getting a Speaker of the House here up in Washington. So the easiest way to become Speaker, if you're a Republican, is go to the Democrats and say, hey, look, I want you to vote as a block for me. I'll let you control the House. I'm going to find some other Democrats who run the Republican ticket, some rhinos. All I need is like 12 or 13, and I'll be your Speaker of the House. Vote for me. I'll peel off just a handful of Republicans who are Republicans in name only, and then that way the Democrat Party maintains control of the Texas State House. That's what Ernest Bales and Dade Phelan are. I want you to look at there's a film put out by the Gateway, not the Gateway Pundit. The Gateway Pundit is good. We're talking about this Texas Scorecard. It's called The Heist. It explains how the Democrats control Dade Phelan and the Texas State House. And we need somebody that's going to serve the interests of the people in our community and represent Republican, Christian, and conservative values in Austin, which is what I'll do. So, please vote for me. What I need, I'm going to print off a whole bunch of cards. And I need people to give them out. I'm going to print off some new cards about Colony Ridge. I want this election to be a referendum on Colony Ridge. I want everybody in this district to know that it was a House bill, I think it's House Bill 4341, the Colony Ridge law passed by Ernest Bales in 2017. I want everybody in this House district to know that Ernest Bales created Colony Ridge, Terrenos, Houston. And I want people to know that if they want to close that down, vote for me and I'll do it. Let the people speak. I said this in the other video. That the movers and shakers around here, even though it's hurting our community, they want their cut. There's dollar signs in their eyes from Colony Ridge, from this human drug and child trafficking cartel area outside of Plum Grove Road. They want that to happen. But what about the people? What about the voters of House District 18. We have 70,000 mostly illegal aliens in Colony Ridge now. And they're growing that. Ernest Bales goes around boasting. He created that. That's his baby. He's going to grow it to 250,000. He's going to build a whole bunch of new schools. Make his teachers unions friends a lot of money. Make the mayor and the city council and other politicians in the area and elected officials and judges, make them a lot of money. But the question is that what you want? Do you want the cartel to control this community? You want to have things back to normal the way the way things used to be before Trey Harris opened, with the help of Ernest Bales, opened Colony Ridge. So it can be closed down. We can stop it. But as long as Ernest Bales is in office, Colony Ridge is going to grow exponentially. So this is the chance for the voters to make a decision. If you want Colony Ridge, if you want 250,000 illegal aliens settling here and just dominating, taking over our entire House district, then vote for Bales. If you want to stop Colony Ridge and you want to keep our community safe and keep the cartel out and have less human sex, drug, and child trafficking, vote for me. I can put an end to all that because I'll represent you. This will be the will of the people, and I'm going to go to Austin. I'll fight for you. I'll fight to end Colony Ridge and restore peace, safety, and prosperity here and create more opportunities for our citizens. And Ernest Bales is running people off. People don't want to leave. It's like, I gotta get out of here. I can't live in this environment anymore. I'm gonna make it where you can stay securely in your family property and have a future here for you and your children here in Liberty, in San Jacinto, in Hardin, East Montgomery County. So it's a very important election. It's very pivotal. I want to ask that you would vote and vote for me. It's not about me. It's about what I want to do, what I'm going to do to you to help our community and to make America great again. Thank you, and God bless you.